Call to the honourable member for Jagga Jagga.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. How will the Housing Australia Future Fund help build a better future and make sure there are more homes for more Australians?
Call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for Jagga Jagga for her question and for her support and engagement on this issue. We know that this is a big victory for Australians who need a home. It's a victory in people's house. It will mean more houses for more people. This is a commitment that arose from my second budget reply that we took to the election. A fund worth $10 billion that will provide at least $500 million each and every year for social and affordable housing. Social housing for people who need it to bring down those waiting lists, affordable housing for essential workers. But in addition to that, of the 30,000 homes, 4,000 will be reserved for women and children escaping domestic violence. We know each and every night too many women and their kids have to search for somewhere to stay. They stay on someone's lounge, or they stay in a park, or they stay in the car because there simply isn't enough emergency housing around. So that will be important. In addition to that, we'll provide for $100 million of the funding will go to emergency housing to provide that support. In addition to that, we'll provide funding for remote Indigenous housing. We know that much of it is dilapidated and in a condition that is completely unacceptable. This will provide funding for it. In addition to that, it will have a Housing Supply and Affordability Council, bringing together Commonwealth, state, local government and the private sector for how we drive that supply through so that we achieve the objective of 1.2 million homes that we need. In addition to that, of course, we have got together with state and territory governments for the most significant set of housing reforms in a generation. That new national target with the incentive there of $3 billion for states and territories to reform their planning laws so that we can get more homes built in more locations in our cities and in our regions. This is absolutely critical going forward, and it's an example of the policy that we developed in opposition, taking it into government and making sure that it is delivered. And I thank all of the crossbenchers in both the House and the Senate for their support for this. As usual, the opposition just decided to say no, as they always do, to everything. But they are the blockers, we are the builders on this side of the chamber, Mr Speaker. They are the great wreckers of Australian politics, the great wreckers who exclude themselves from participation because they just say no. Just say no to everything that comes before this House. We have a positive plan that we're implementing.